Hey, welcome back. If you're new here, my name's Jen and I make homemaking videos. So today I'm going to clean up my living room and we're going to do it this time in real time. So I want to tell you a little story about a lesson learned, okay? For the longest time, we've had a smooth top stove. And I have this wonderful habit of if I'm going to set something down and the stove hasn't been used, I'll set it on top of the stove. Right? I think a lot of us actually do that. Well, the other day, I had happened to have set a milk jug on the back of the stove instead of just tossing it into the trash. And I was making some pasta salad for my son, and I put the water on the stove, turned the burner on, made sure that I turned the right burner on, and walked away. Nothing to watch, it's water boiling, right? Oh, no. Nothing in life can ever be that simple. My husband was sitting on the couch back to the kitchen, and he says, "Are you cooking something?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm just boiling water." And he goes, "Oh, okay." And then he says, "There's something smells like it's burning." And I'm going to humor him, whatever. I go out to the kitchen, I turn the corner, and I kid you not, there are 2-foot flames on my stovetop. My first thought is to tell him there's a fire, okay? Not that he can really do much at this point. And my second thought is I'm going to blow it out. Now, mind you, this is a milk jug fully engulfed in flames. You're not going to blow the fire out. So, I come to my right senses and grab a lid and cover the fire and smother it out and scraped all the plastic off my stove after it cooled off. Lesson learned here, I don't keep a freaking thing on top of my stovetop anymore. I have been listening to my husband say I told you so now for days, okay? Please don't put things on top of your stove that are flammable. This could have turned out not to be a lesson learned story, and it could have been I lost my house story. So, for the love, don't put things on top of your stove that are flammable. So, anyhow, that was my excitement. Well, I should say excitement number 1. Excitement number 2 is we thought that our daughter, who's an adult, was missing. Now, mind you, we found her, and our ending was good. But I'm going to tell you, for 2 days, I've never been so gut-wrenched and sad and scared in my life. And there was nothing as good as that phone call and hearing her voice. And I'll tell you, the people on Facebook that shared her flyer that we made and sent it around, I'm absolutely touched and heartwarming for people that didn't have a happy ending yet or didn't get one at all. I can't even imagine. But the happy ending is we did find her and I got to talk to her and everything was fine. It was a misunderstanding, miscommunication. A friend thought she was lost in another state. And the good part is, we know where she is. We know she's safe and she's trying to keep better communication with us. But for you people that are looking for your children, adult children, family members, my heart goes out to you. I can't even imagine living that more than for a couple days. It eats up your thought and your heart, and you really can't concentrate on nothing else. And since we're talking about my daughter, we may as well shift over and share something that's endearing, funny. When Hannah was a little girl, she went with my husband to Walmart because she wanted to buy cotton candy. And so he and she took off. They went to Walmart, and she came bouncing back through the door, happy as could be, with her pink and blue cotton candy. And I looked at it, and I said, "What is that?" And she goes, "It's cotton candy." And I said, "No, it isn't." And she looks at me, and she looks back at her father, and she goes, "What do you mean?" And they both look baffled. I said, "Where did you find that cotton candy?" And she says, in the health and beauty department, by the makeup and stuff.
I'm sorry.
And I said, Hannah, you have cotton balls. And she took a good hard look at her cotton candy. And her 9-year-old, maybe 10-year-old self realized it dawned on her what the packaging said. And she threw herself into the laundry pile and started crying her eyes out. And she had cotton balls and not cotton candy. So my husband took her down the street to the movie store when we still had a movie, a place to go rent DVDs, and got her some actual cotton candy. But that was always one of our family's favorite stories to tell. Another is, and I'm not trying to pick on her, but it's we all find it hilarious at this point. My husband had this fish aquarium that he worked so hard on. He, bought all the things to keep it clean and, decorated it, and it was wonderful. He kept it beautiful. And her and her older brother Justin were arguing. And she decided that she would sit there and take a handful of Legos and make the biggest Lego brick she could make out of these small Legos. And she chucked it at him. And he stepped out of the way, and it hit the fish aquarium, and it stuck in there for like 3 seconds, and nothing happened. And we all just were, our mouths fell open, and all of a sudden the water started gushing out of it. And me and my oldest daughter Chelsea sprang into action, and we were pulling the fish out of it, throwing him into a tote that had cat hair in it and water. We put water in it and filled it up until my husband could get back with a new aquarium, and he filled it up. And her thing was, she said, I wasn't aiming for the fish tank, I aimed for Justin. And we're like, you shouldn't have done either. And the thing is that moment when it just stuck in there, we all just knew, like, you are in trouble. You just broke his coveted fish tank. You are in big trouble. But she just, chucked it at it, and it stuck there for 3 seconds and nothing happened. It's like the world stopped.
Watch out. Watch out, Boo Boo Bear. Watch out.
So today, little Miss Lulu decided that when I was painting around the bottom of the pellet stove, the cement part that it sits on, that she would march right through the blue paint. She had to have walked very close to the pellet stove to have done this, but she got little blue paw prints all over the floor. Before I started recording, I had been painting and wiped it all up, and now she has little blue feet. I'm going to have to wash her feet really good tonight and trim them, I'm sure. And the other day, I discovered that she is not the kind of dog that you can put on any kind of a tie out for any length of time, because she backed out of her collar and took off to the neighbor's yard. So today, I went and bought her a harness so that when we're out front, we can take her with us and have her tied out, because she's a runner. The minute she's off something, she is running for the hills. Do you guys have nicknames for your pets? Lulu tends to be Boo Boo Bear, Boo Baby, and any other thing I can come up with at the moment. She's my funny little dog. She's very, very treat driven. As you can see, we're trying to get her to lose some weight, but very difficult with her because she loves to eat. Her and I both. Our cat Mocha gets called Moki or Mokes or Mama's Girl. Mo, our cat, his nickname is actually Mo. His real name is Morris. He's Momo or Morris or Mo or Mr. Mo. and we call Mocha and Momo Mr. and Mrs. Mo. Our cat Hammy is Hammy Bones, Hams, Hammy Girl. Lucky gets called Lucky or Lucky Boy. And speaking of Mo, there he is, front and center in the living room, taking a look at the dogs, which he can't stand any of them. Yeah, so most all of our animals, the boy dogs are Levi. We also call him Lily. Lucky, like I said, is Lucky or Lucky Boy. Yeah, so what do you call your pets? Do they have nicknames, or do you just call them by their one name?
Get out of there.
She took something and made it.
Hmm?
She took something and made it.
Yeah. Watch out.
Why are paws blue? She paws blue.
Because she walked in paint.
Lulu! She has it in her mouth. One on her mouth.
No more. Do not get into the
And
dirt.
she ate the wind, kind of.
No. Come here. Drop it. Come here. Come on. Let Mama see. Come on. Look at me. Where did it go?
Too late, she already ate it.
You ate it?
No.
No. Go away from the dirt pile. Come on. Get out of there. No. Naughty.
Lulu, come here.
Goosey Bella.
Sissy.
Goosey Sissy. Goosey Sissy.
I will repeat one more time,
Come here.
or probably many times, that my male dogs, Lucky and Levi, do wear diapers. It's not for laziness on my part or anybody else's part. It's because they are 17 years old, they're seniors, and they leak. And if I didn't have diapers on them, our house would be completely disgusting. I do steam clean my couch more and so forth because of the fact that they do wear diapers. So I show it later on in the video, but what I'm using in my mop bucket is hot water and just a very small squirt of Dr. Bronner's 18-in-1 hemp peppermint pure Castile soap. I bought it at a store that we have locally called Hannaford and paid right around $17 for it. It's a pretty big bottle, weighs, I mean the ounces weighs 32, it's 32 fluid ounces. And I've been using it left and right and haven't even made the slightest dent in it because you really don't need hardly any of it to make it work. The reason why I bought it is because I've been looking for something to clean with that has a peppermint smell to it because I love the smell of peppermint, and I'd been eyeing this for quite a while and decided that I was actually going to give it a try. I've used it on my stovetop, I've used it on my counters. I did use it to wash some dishes with. I used it to mop my floor. I'm going to use it tomorrow to wash out my refrigerator. And the bottle says, which I have not tried it, that you can use it for body wash, hand washing soap. You can use it, a very small amount of it, in a one of the hand washing soap pumps that make foam soap. You can use it as shampoo, which I haven't tried that yet, but I'm actually going to. Like I said, body wash, face wash. Basically, and laundry. You can use it for laundry. You can use it on your pets. The list goes on and on. Plus, I've seen a bunch of other uses that people use it for online. It's a fairly strong soap, but it's It's very natural. Most everything in it, you know what it is. So, or have an idea of what it is. It's not any, there it is. It's not something that's just a bunch of chemicals. It does suds up. They say that it suds up a lot. I don't think it lathers up a ton, but it does work, and it really leaves the smell all through the house, which I love peppermint. But they have other ones too. In fact, they have one that's made specifically to be super, super gentle, for that you can even use it on babies. I mean, I wouldn't use a peppermint soap on a baby. But yeah, that's what I'm using to wash my floor with. And I'll let you know what I think of it as a shampoo. I'm kind of interested. I don't really plan on using it in my laundry because cost effectively, they say between a third and a half of a cup. If I were to do that, this would be gone in no time. And plus, I don't really know how it would be for my machine to use that in it. So, it's not sponsored, just something that I bought with my own money, and I actually really do like. And it's a natural product, so that makes it even better. Something else that I wanted to add is, I know a lot of people try not to use harsh chemicals when they're washing their floors. And I noticed that Lulu was standing right there. And that's one really nice thing about this product, is there's nothing harsh in it that she's going to walk through, like the paint she walked through earlier, and get it all over her feet and try to lick it off, which is really, in all honesty, good for the pets, and good for us, and good for kids and babies too. And like I said, I'm not sponsored or being told to say this. It's just a product that I bought, I've used, and I really enjoy, and wanted to pass it on to you. And also something else to be aware of, that even though it's not an expensive product, you're diluting it a lot. So this bottle will probably last me forever. So here we are at the end of the video. I want to thank you for having stuck around with me today, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day. Bye-bye.